this as much as we are, you'll be glad to know there's a lot more snooker to come, and this is the first of our 2 programmes on the first day of the Embassy final. And it's become a dream final, no doubt about that. Stephen Hendry, well, to get here, he had a reasonably easy start against one of the many newcomers, 8 this year, of course. Stephen Murphy, he beat 10-3. Then a really tough struggle against James Watanabe, the young man from Thailand, who's been tipped as a future champion. Not too difficult against Dean O'Kane, New Zealand's only professional. And then that surprising victory of 16-4, a record semi-final win over Terry Griffiths, who'd been playing up until then some of the best snooker of his life. Jimmy White, well, pretty similar pattern, I suppose, really. You won't forget the Tony Drago match, because that was the one in which Jimmy knocked in the 147, only the second in the history of the Crucible. Like Hendry, a really tough second rounder against Alain Robidoux. He really had to work hard to get that 13-11 victory. Jim White was easier, and then Alan McManus. It started off difficult with Jimmy, then he stamped his authority on the game and beat him 16 frames to 7. So, Jimmy White then, leading 5 frames to 4. Don't forget that Stephen Hendry is the world's #1. He is the bookmaker's favourite to win this title again. But here, he's got quite a bit to think about as he waits for the next frame.
10th frame, Stephen Hendry to break.
How will that be covered? Jimmy can get at that, I'm sure.
Playing it with the side. Try and bend round the red that was... He won't be too disappointed with that.
Touching ball.
Just the red hasn't left anything really easy for Stephen.
No, as you can see, the cue ball on that one, but there is a red down the table in bulk. So Stephen going to put the cue ball behind the black if he can.
Just not far enough, and may have forced Jimmy White into playing this red into the right centre pocket. No safety in baulk. Got to take this on. And that's a good pot.
1.
Stephen Hendry got away first in the first 2 frames. This time it's Jimmy White.
7. I
overscrewed that by a long way, and probably a little bit fortunate to have this red into the right corner pocket. It's certainly not the red he played on.
15.
But he's potted it in perfect position.
21. $28. 29.
Played a cannon to try and stop the
36.
cue ball. But that red in baulk now might be a saviour for Jimmy. Certainly the easiest pot he's left.
37.
Looks to have a nice angle on the brown to get back amongst the reds.
$41.
Asking for the cue ball to be cleaned, and well, the standard of snooker so far in this final, Ted, has been absolutely incredible, and it's such a fine line really of who gets in and whether he can score enough to win the frame at that visit.
Yes, John, I was just about to say, we're only in the 10th frame of this final.
41. Jimmy White.
So Jimmy fails at 41. As I was about to say, the 10th frame of this final. And already we're seeing absolutely magic snooker.
One.